Okay, Brianna. How old are you?
5.
5 years old?
Well, it's a combination.
When's your birthday?
February.
Your birthday's not in February.
March.
June.
No, June. You don't even know when your birthday is?
Why do you stop?
Okay, I gotta ask you. The presidential election is coming up. Do you know who the president of the United States is?
George Washington.
That's close. You got the George right. When you want to hide from your mommy and you're outside, and you're not behind a tree, but you're behind a... What's a shrub's called?
Ocean?
Who was Moses talking to? What was he talking to? It was burning. Remember in the Bible? Moses was talking to a burning...
Burning fire.
George Fire, the President of the United States. A bush. Close.
Piece of dignity.
Okay, who's the Vice President of the United States?
George Washington.
Oh, he's both? He's holding both. Well, what about, do you know who invented electricity?
George Washington.
He did everything, didn't he? What's your mommy's name?
Mommy.
Mommy's name is Mommy, that's correct.
We usually call her Amy.
Oh, you usually don't call her Amy? Okay, well that's all right.
What color is your hair?
That's a good question. But you're not asking me questions, I'm asking you questions. You ready for the next one?
Why are you gonna be so?
Okay, get back. You're blurry. Okay. Okay. Do you know who God is?
God is in heaven.
God is in heaven, that's correct. And who is God's enemy? You were just talking about a minute ago. How he's not going to fool you.
I mean that guy that died on the cross.
No, that's not his enemy. Do you know what an enemy is? You don't know what an enemy is?
What's that guy?
Yeah.
It's a bad person.
It's a bad person.
So Jesus is not a bad person.
It's Satan.
Satan, that's right.
Why is Satan bad?
Well, he just is. He wanted to go against everything that God wanted for us. So he's bad. Remember what he did to Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He tricked them by eating the apple and God said no.
Of course. That's right. He did.
It's very good.
That's very good.
Why did he say no to eat the apple?
Because he told Adam and Eve that they could have anything they wanted in the garden, but they just couldn't eat that. They couldn't eat that apple. It's almost like your mommy saying you can play with any toy you want, but you can't play with this toy because it might hurt you. Or you can't play with this because it might hurt you, so you have to mind what mommy says.
You can't play with a saw.
You can't play with a saw, that's right, because it might what?
It might cut your fingers or your head or your whole body or arms or...
Well, tell me, what happens if your arm does get cut? What do? You
die.
Well, what if somebody could save you? Where would you go?
Go hide somewhere and tell my mommy that there's a bad guy.
What happens if your mommy got hurt at home? What would you do?
I'll call the police.
Okay, how do you call the police? What's their phone number?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Grandma's calling. Okay, what would you do? Would you call 911?
Yeah, 911.
Okay, what happens do you know what you would do if somebody was choking?
I'll call 911.
That's good. 911 would work. But do you know how to save that person if they were choking?
I'll call 911.
Show me on Aaron what you would do if she was choking. Do you know how to save a person if they're choking? You choke them more?
I scream and then pop out.
You'll scream and whatever's in their throat will pop out?
No, I mean squeeze.
Oh, you'll squeeze their throat. Well, I think that might hurt them, don't you think?
Maybe I'll call 911 to get out. They'll get out of the mouth.
Yeah? Okay.